Loretta Young Show, starring Loretta Young.
Hello. Tonight we've taken some 100% Americans, called strangely enough Indians, and mixed them well with a couple of Johnny-come-latelys called Americans. The result is our story. Now, I suppose there are few places on the face of the earth as bleak as the great southwestern deserts of our own country. The blazing heat of the days and the bitter cold of the nights have tempted few people to settle there. Few people, that is, except the Indians, who welcome the isolation. For this country, they can still call their home.
Tell me you're the new teacher.
There's a monster.
A monster? Well, looks like the hero got here just in time.
In my desk.
In your desk, is it? Stand back, princess. Shall I toss them out, or do you keep a scrapbook, ma'am?
Out! Toss it out!
So they lived happily ever after.
Oh, thank you.
Is that all a vanquished dragon rates on today's market?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you very much, sir. Oh, I hope that thing doesn't have any brothers or sisters around here.
I'm always on call.
Oh, you certainly have a strange line for a cowboy.
Well, your lines aren't exactly what you'd expect for a teacher, you know.
Oh?
You must have been an awful naughty girl.
What do you mean?
For them to bury you up here in this dusty hole?
Oh, no, indeed. I requested this position. And now, if you'll excuse me.
What's your name, teacher?
Miss Colton.
Miss Colton?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what do they call you after school?
Say, look here. Are you naturally this rude, or does it take a little effort?
I'm sorry, Miss Colton. It's been so long, I guess I did ride in a little hard and heavy. You see, there aren't any women around here, and I admit I'm kind of partial to them.
Well, you shouldn't be so bashful when one comes along. My name is Anne.
Pleased to meet you, Anne. I'm George.
Hi, George. I'm very pleased to meet you, too.
You know, if all teachers looked like you, they'd have to think up some other punishment besides staying after school.
Oh, easy, George, easy.
Looking for smoke signals?
No. Students.
Didn't the agent in Flagstaff tell you?
Tell me what?
No students.
Oh, what do you mean, no students?
Well, some days you might get a few, but not for the next couple of weeks. They're all up at Travis' place picking corn.
You mean Indian children only come to school when there's no corn to pick?
Or no planting or any other job around Mr. Travis' ranch.
But they're supposed to come to school.
Look, what good's a little schooling going to do these little savages? On the other hand, the money Travis pays them will at least feed them.
I'll tell you what good a little schooling would do them. For one thing, it will put an end to your referring to them as little savages. For another thing, it might give them a chance at a life that consists of a little more than feeding oneself.
I sure like the way you get mad.
Oh, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm just disgusted. Now, in the first place, this Mr. What's his name?
Travis.
Travis. He should know better than be hiring minors.
He doesn't. He just lets the Indians know there's work to be done, and who does it's no concern of his.
Well, it certainly should be a concern of his.
Now, look, the
Well,
kid...
after all, if he were any kind of a man at all, he will cooperate with the Indian agents and see to it that those children came here to school.
But the kids earn just as much as the parents. Besides, most of these families couldn't exist without the money the kids bring home. Savvy, Teach?
Oh, yes. I'm savvy, all right.
Good. Nobody's fault. Just the way it is.
Now, that's where you're very wrong. You know, these people weren't always slaves to money-grabbing white men.
Oh, look, don't blast at me. It's not my fault, just the way it is.
Well, it's not going to stay that way. Do you know where this Mr. Travis lives?
Yeah, top of the mesa, about a mile and a half up the road. Why?
Well, you say it's nobody's fault, huh? I say it's his fault.
Oh, come off it, Teach. After all, this has been going on for hundreds of years. You can't pin it all on poor Travis.
Yes, you're quite right. There have always been Travises, but I doubt very much if he's poor.
No, he's loaded.
Mm-hmm.
He came up here about 11 years ago without a dime to spit on.
Mm-hmm.
And by working harder than all these lazy Indians would in a lifetime, he made a pile.
Mm-hmm. And all for himself, huh?
Sure.
Sure.
Why, without Travis, this whole mesa would have been one great burial ground long ago. No, he's a pretty decent fella.
Well, you know something, George? I'm very glad to hear that. Because he will be very delighted when I bring this matter of the children's schooling to his attention.
Oh, he'll be delighted, all right. But what can he do about it?
He can pay the parents more money so the children can come to school.
Now, there's an idea.
Obviously.
Hello, lady.
Well, good morning.
Well, good morning. You teach at school?
Well, what are your names?
Tawa. Tawa's brother, Guahu.
How do you do?
You teacher?
Yes, I'm Miss Colton.
Miss Colton?
Yes, that's right. Tell me, how is it that you aren't out picking corn with the others?
Tawa can do what he likes. Others work because father and mother say so. Tawa alone. No father, no mother, no nobody. Just Guahu. He go where Tawa go.
Oh, I see. Where do you boys live?
All over. Now, lady, you teach at school?
Well, today,
Today no school?
Yes, of course there's school today. We may be a little late and the attendance wouldn't break any records, but you two boys sit down right there. Now, class will please come to order. Good morning, boys and girls. I am your new teacher, Miss Colton. And I'm happy to be here because I know we're going to be very good friends. Now, I want you to draw me a picture of one of the things I told you about this morning. Oh, perhaps one of your great Indian chiefs, or maybe one of the original Kachina dancers.
I draw, Chief, to look like Tawa, okay?
Okay. I'm going to have to leave you for a little while, boys. I'm going up to see Mr. Travis. Will you be all right?
Tawa and Guahu, all right. But what about Lady with Big White Chief?
You put your money on Lady Tawa. She has her war paint on. That's a joke, son.
I went down to the schoolhouse this morning to make short work of the new teacher. But I must say, after one look at you, man, I'd like you to stick around as long as possible.
Oh. Please, Mr. Travis, let the children come to school.
I'm not stopping them.
Yeah, but you're not helping them, and you could so easily.
Now, look, Teach. If you're referring to your goodwill plan of this morning about raising the salaries, you're talking to the wrong guy. I don't believe in handouts. Nobody ever gave me one. Believe me. I built most of this place with my own two hands and the sweat off my back. Don't ask me to turn around now and give it away. I'm the big white chief around here, and I like it that way. I like being chief just fine.
Good. Then why not be a real chief, a leader, and guide these people, inspire them?
Inspire those savages? I know them. The only thing that'll inspire them is a handout from me or the government. Well, if the government wants to pamper those lazy dogs, all right, but not me.
What do you mean, lazy dogs? Why, those people carved a civilization out of solid rock.
Civilization?
Yes, of course, there's not very much left of it now, after years and years of you and men like you, because you robbed these people of everything. Well, let me tell you something. I am going to work and work until I give them back the most important thing they've lost, their self-respect. I hope to cause an uprising, Mr. Travis, And when I do, most of all, I hope they'll do what any good, self-respecting American Indian should do. Scalp you.
You really light up when you get mad, don't you, Teach?
And if they don't, I will.
With your own little hatchet.
Oh, shut up! Why, that's very good, Tower. And so is yours, Guajo. And I'm going to hang them right up there in the blackboard.
Okay.
There. There. Well, they look kind of lonely up there all by themselves, don't they? Tower, tell me, how can I get all the rest of them to come to school? Oh, not just the little children, but the big children, too.
Campfire. We could have a campfire, and you could tell a story to all village.
Oh, but do you think they'd come after working all day in the field?
Sure. I tell them how good you tell story.
Oh. Tower, you've given me an idea. You call it campfire, but back home we call it night school. In the drawings of some of the earliest Indian maps, the chiefs made their village the center of the earth. This would be your village, and everything around you would be in relation to your village, the center of your earth. Now, although the Indians did not discover that the world was round, they did have the idea long before Christopher Columbus. And that's pretty smart, I'd say. I wish more of you parents could arrange to have your children come to the day school. The little ones get too tired to get anything out of these night meetings. And I also hope that our class will be twice the size tomorrow night.
Many think white chief not like school, afraid to come.
Will you please tell them that although Mr. Travis may act as if he owns them, he doesn't. They are all free to come if they choose. There are no slaves. Only those who choose to make themselves slaves. Very well. Class is dismissed for tonight. And will you please hand me your drawings on the way out? I'd like to pin them up on the wall. Thank you very much. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, and good night. Thank you. Good night. Good night. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. And good night. Thank you. Thank you. That's lovely. Try to get them to day school, will you?
How am I doing, Teach?
Please, don't be afraid. Please give me your drawings. I want to put them up on the... Mr. Travis, you are not welcome here. I will not have you coming to my school and disturbing my students. Good night.
How about upsetting teacher? Is that permissible? Oh, you're a hard nut to crack. I thought by now you'd be off the warpath. I figured a couple of weeks up here would improve your disposition. At least improve your eyesight. Come on, admit it, Teach. Aren't I beginning to look a little bit better to you? You know, it gets mighty lonely up here in this Indian country, ma'am.
Mr. Travis, a selfish man is always lonely, no matter what country he's in.
Look, Ann, sooner or later, we just gotta be friends.
I fail to follow your reasoning, as always.
Well, chemistry, Teach. You're the only white woman around here, and I'm the only white man.
Is that so? I hadn't noticed.
I am getting no place.
And I have it on very good authority, sir, that your progress is going to be negligible.
All right, Teach. Class is in order. What is it you want me to do?
You mean you listen?
You're the teacher.
Very well. Now, using round figures, let's say you hire about 100 workers a day, correct? Fine. Well, now, as near as I can figure out, 1/3 of those workers are children of school age. Oh, Mr. Travis, I guarantee, let the children come to school and pay their parents more money, and you will be repaid 100-fold.
Let's go over those figures again, huh, Princess?
Will you please get out of here?
What are you trying to prove?
Take your hands off me.
Why? You afraid? Now, how come you're afraid of me when you'll stand unprotected in front of a pack of savages?
Stop it.
I'll tell you why. Because I'm your equal, because I'm a challenge. While they're just a bunch of animals that'll jump and lick your hand every time you whistle. You're safe with them. You tell yourself that you're devoting your life to the underdog. I'll tell you why you're really here. You're scared to be anyplace else.
Are you telling me, Mr. Travis? Or yourself? To announce that as of this morning, we have 12 children in our day school. Every day it's growing, but there is room for more and more. And now
school's out.
Mr. Travis.
Hiya, Princess. Come on, did you hear what I said? It's recess time permanently. Go on, get out.
Class, sit right where you are and don't move. Sit down, please. Mr. Travis, will you please leave? You're in no condition to come into
Not
this...
a very smart class, teacher. Vamoose out, O-U-T. Get out, I said get out.
Mr. Travis, you are drunk.
Never saw anyone light up the way you do when you get mad. You want me to boot each one of you out individually? And if I ever catch any of you or any of your kids here again, you'll never work for me again. You want to be smart, you just listen to me. Let me do the thinking for you. You want to be smart, you just stay away from here.
Well, don't listen to him. Don't let him think for you. Why, who is he to rule your lives?
I'm the boss, Teach, and they know it.
Oh, no, please, please. Think for yourselves. He needs you as much as you need him. Who is going to do his work for him if you don't?
That's enough, Teach. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, they don't, huh? Just look at their faces. And by the way, I wish you could see yours. Look at his face. Look at it.
Shut up, Teach.
Can't you tell that I'm telling the truth by just looking at his face?
Shut up, Teach.
And I repeat, who's going to work his fields if you don't? He needs you as much as you need him. I was waiting for that. Sort of completes the picture.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
Please, don't go. Please don't.
Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh,
Tara, when is it?
Everybody come to learn school.
Everybody? But last night they all left.
Last night we had big meeting. In our village, a man who strikes women is weak man. He is laughed at by boys and barked at by small dogs. Wise men say, come to school, learn from you. Then Mr. Travis no longer walk on mountain alone. So we come to school.
Oh. You mean no one is in the fields?
No one work for man small dog bark at.
But if no one works, how will you all live?
Wise man say, no worry. You will find way.
I will...
What is bad, Miss Colton? You want everybody to come learn school. They come, and you look like cloudy day.
Tower, your wise men say I will find a way, and... Oh, honey, if I could find a way for us all to live happily and not work, I'd be president.
You very smart lady. You be president. You tell my people that Mr. Travis need them. They see that now.
Yes, I know, but I also told them that they need Mr. Travis. We neither can exist without the other. Well, by nature, we depend on each other.
Man who hit woman, weak man. No work for weak man.
Oh. Well, Tower, In my village, we have an old saying, too. It's a wise man who learns by his mistakes. Now, there's no crime in being wrong. If once you discover the errors of your ways, then you do everything you can to right the wrong. Do you understand? Do you all understand? Good. Now, you all wait right here, and I'm going to have a talk with our friend, Mr. Travis.
Miss Colton?
Yes?
He no friend.
Well, I think maybe he'd like to be. Tower, you hold the fort here, and I'll be back.
Well, Teach, I certainly never expected to see you here again.
Well, why not? You always said I was the champion of the underdog.
So now you think I'm the underdog?
No, I think it's about even. You can't get along without them, and they can't get along without you.
So you came up here to plead their case?
Oh, no, quite the contrary. I've just been pleading your case with them.
Thanks. Look, lady, why don't you just relax and stop crusading for every cause that comes along?
Excuse me, Mr. Travis. I'm sorry I bothered you.
Teach, wait a minute. Don't go. I apologize. There, I said it. Ever since last night, I've been trying to think of some way to apologize without really apologizing, I guess. And it hasn't been easy.
Oh, I can imagine.
You think you can get him back to work?
Oh, I can't. But you can.
I can't even get a squaw in to wash up the dishes.
I know. Seems they have very high principles. It seems they'd rather starve than work for a man they do not respect.
Oh, they would, eh? So let them starve, then.
Look, Mr. Travis, you once told me you liked being chief. Well, now is the time to prove it to them and to yourself that you're equal to the job. Help these people. And you'll no longer be staying here because you're afraid to go someplace else. You'll be staying here because you'll know this is where you belong.
You're pretty smart, Teach. You think they'll listen to me now?
Well, they're waiting for you.
Got it all arranged, haven't you?
No. No, I simply told them that it's a wise man who learns from his mistakes.
Now, wait a minute, Teach. You always said that you'd see me scalped, and raising their salaries is sure going to do the trick.
No, I don't think so. You know, it's an old Indian custom to keep the chief's grain barrel full to the brim. Oh, please, come with me now. The other wise men are waiting.
What about the wise woman? What's she waiting for?
The hero.
Now here again is Miss Young.
In the religion of the Indian, the peace pipe means friendship. Cicero once wrote, "He removes the greatest ornament of friendship who takes away from it respect." Well, good night. See you next week.